And now for something you may be surprised by. I'm John Rethlin with a review of 2 Netflix originals that I just watched, all together now and love guaranteed. I've been streaming a lot of movies, not just horror movies, since theaters shut down in mid-March, and even as they start to open back up in my state, the closest one is about 75 miles away. I'm not doing a 150-mile round trip to watch a movie in theaters, even as much as I love movies. Plus, there's so much stuff to stream, and really, I could binge a whole lot of movies, and I've been doing that. I'm almost at the 90 movies that I've seen released in this year alone, and they've been of varying quality. But I've also been trying to get out of just watching horror movies, and I'm glad I gave these a chance. And by the way, like any multi-film review that I do, there will be spoilers throughout. Just wanted to get that in there. But all together now, from Brett Haley, the director of All the Bright Places. So, oh boy, we're going to get some great acting, some great character study, some emotion, and a fucking gut punch right in the middle of it. Oh my God, did we get a gut punch. I knew that something was going to happen. In fact, I had a pretty good feeling. Even though it's based on a book by Matthew Quick, I'd never read the book. But I was like, oh boy, oh no, oh no. And I was right. I fucking called it. Now, that doesn't mean that it wasn't emotional, but I still fucking called it. It's like, ooh, boy. Oh, here it comes. But I gotta say this much about the movie. One, I had to write the characters' names, or the actors' names down because I would have fucking gotten it wrong. Amber Alui Cravajo, and I'm really sorry if I got that wrong. She is the main character. She has a friend named Ty, Renzi Feliz, who also is really good. In fact, both these leads are really fucking good in this. Becky Justina Machado. And then there's a family friend, Judy Reyes. Jones, played by Carol Burnett. There's a character, Ricky, Anthony Jocks Jr. And basically, Amber has had a rough life. Her and her mother, the father passed away, and they've been, kind of dealing with, living in and out of places for a while. The mother was in a relationship after the father passed away, but it was abusive, and she was drinking a lot. They eventually got away from it, and they've been living in a school bus that the mother also drives because it's her job. She's trying to make ends meet and save up for an apartment and all that. So Amber basically is also studying and has musical aspirations and has a little doggy that, oh, hi doggy, that we get, we get to see on TV. And if you like little dogs, well, you'll enjoy this. He's just a little chihuahua type, but you know what? He's adorable. It's all right. And Amber does have these musical aspirations and gets an invite to go to Pittsburgh to perform for an audition of a pretty prestigious school. And if she gets that, she's going to be able to, kickstart her career. And she's also helping out her friends and trying to raise money, doing a fundraiser like she's done for the last few years to try and get a new tuba for the marching band because the tuba got stolen and it's going to cost a whole lot. And you even get to see footage of a girl pretending to play the tuba because her tuba got stolen. And oh, she looks so sad. The cast of characters are basic, among her friends and everything. But it's very obvious that Amber and Ty have feelings for each other, even though they've been friends for so long. Amber also volunteers part-time, or does work part-time at an old folks home, even helps some, nice old Asian ladies learn how to, sing and everything and keep them active and stuff like that. And also has another woman that she helps take care of, Joan, played by Carol Burnett, who steals every scene she's involved in. In fact, Carol Burnett's one of the bright spots of this movie. Now, this movie's really, really good, don't get me wrong, but as far as characters that stand out, her character stands out. I mean, she's Carol Burnett. Of course she's going to stand out. She doesn't chew the scenery, but she makes her scenes count. And she's kind of standoffish and everything, doesn't like Amber's enthusiasm, boundless enthusiasm. Amber always wants to help people, but she doesn't want to accept help for herself. And eventually it comes to pass after her and her mother get caught, and it turns out that, somebody catches them sleeping in the bus, that the mother gets fired. Even though I would think the school would be a little bit understanding, they aren't. And, she basically the mother gets fired. The mother starts drinking again. Oh, we can move back in with the ex-boyfriend. Amber doesn't want to do that because she knows it's going to be toxic. She ends up running away. Her stuff gets stolen while she's sleeping on a bench. Her friend Ty offers to help her, takes her to a family vacation home. He helps her train for her audition. It's very obvious they're going to kiss at some point, and you're kind of just waiting. This isn't usually, the type of movie I would enjoy. But when you get characters and you get a good study going and you get some investment, you're going to get viewers saying, okay, come on, let's get on with this here. Not like you're holding back on it, but come on, I actually want to see something happen. If you get invested in the characters, then you want to see good things happen. And then During all this time, Amber, when she's at school, her mother ends up being involved in a fatal accident. The boyfriend and her, both perished. Drinking may have been involved, though I don't think that ever really gets visited again. She's obviously very distraught. She misses her audition because her dog gets sick and has a tumor on his spleen, so she's going to quit school, work both of her jobs, like at a donut shop and then also at the old folks home, to try and pay for the surgery in, like, say, 10.5 weeks. Unfortunately, the dog may not make it that long, and Ty decides, hey, come to this thing that you've been setting up, for the last 3 years. Like, you've done one every year for the last 3 years. Come here. There's a huge gathering, bigger than, anything she's seen. And he finally says, look, I switched it. We're doing a fundraiser to pay for the dog's surgery. You should not have to quit school, all this stuff and everything. And he cares about her. He does an emotional speech on stage where he confesses his feelings. Yes, it's endearing. Yes, it's cheesy. Yes, it's cliche, but it still fucking works. And then, it's an $8,000 goal. Okay, It, everybody, people donate, they tweet out, they Instagram it out and stuff like that, and they raise $6,300. Okay, hey, you know what? They meet the goal. Maybe they'll meet the goal at some point. And they refreshed it. Hey, well, let's just see what our final goal is. And suddenly it jumps up to $206,000. Everybody's shocked. Like, what? They refresh it again. And it was $206,000. And then she's, working along, Amber's working along, and then sees, talks to Joan and everything. Joan says, here's a gift, open it. It's a picture from the talent competition. It was Joan. Joan gave her the money because she said, you can do more with it than I can. And it was really good stuff. It was really good shit. It was really emotional shit. It was good stuff. Is it wholly original? No. But does it have heart? Oh yeah. Does it have really good characters? Oh yeah. And does it make you feel things? It should. It's right up there with All the Bright Places. All the Bright Places just a smidge better. Just a smidge. But this is right up there with the ranking. I'm giving All Together now an A. It is really good. Oh, and her and Ty kiss as she goes off. Amber and Ty, not Joan and Ty, as weird as that would have been. Amber and Ty kiss as she goes off to her audition. So good stuff all around. Anyway, let's move on to Love Guaranteed. This one's going to be pretty short because it's a basic romantic comedy. Mark Steven Johnson, who directed Ghost Rider. Yes, the director of Ghost Rider directed a romantic comedy with Rachel Lee Cook and Damon Wayans Jr. Now, I was ready to hate this when I saw that, and I like Rachel Lee Cook, but when I saw one of the Wayans brothers in here, I'm like, Can the Wayans brothers be serious? Yeah, he actually could be. Heather Graham also plays a really good bitch here, and then turns out to not be a bitch. The idea is there is a dating website called Love Guaranteed. Damon Wayans' character, Nick, has been on almost 1,000 dates, and if you don't find love after 1,000 dates, you can, actually you are supposed to get some kind of cash prize. Well, he hasn't gotten, love. Well, if he hasn't gotten love, he's gone out on breakfast, lunch, and dinner dates each day for a while. And what the fuck? Like, he hasn't found anything. Now, he hasn't treated any of these women bad, but why would he go out on so many of these dates and not actually find love? Susan, Rachel Lee Cook's character, is a lawyer that takes his case because her little firm, is strapped for cash. Also, it's set in Seattle, and there's a lot of parking, which I go bullshit on because I've gone to Seattle plenty of times. Unless you get to a parking garage at the right time, you ain't finding a lot of side street parking there. No matter where the fuck you go, you ain't finding a lot of side street parking. Now, Heather Graham owns this media empire, Love Guaranteed, and she does play a great bitch. Now, she's only a bitch for a little bit. It's a basic comedy with a lot of heart. Susan and Nick, obviously, as they form this case and everything, fall for each other. Of course, they fall for each other. There's Susan's sister that lives in this little duplex next door, this little split unit. And she's about to have a kid. There's this other kid they have that's a little bit of a terror. The sister and the husband have. And, you get some comedy there and stuff like that. What's great about this is that it just has an endearing quality to it. It is by no means perfect. It's a little better than Love, Wedding, Repeat. But the whole basis of this case is Nick wants to sue. He wants to use the money to donate to Seattle Children's Hospital. And, donate to another wing and stuff like that. Help build, renovate a wing or help build a wing and stuff like that. It's just basically, people could say it's syrupy sweet. I don't think it's syrupy sweet in this case. there's actually a little bit of depth to the characters. There is the co-workers that Susan has, a blonde woman, and then also a very gay stereotype, so it actually does kind of fit in Seattle. And that's all due respect to anybody I know in Seattle. But there's some cool people I know there, but this actually does kind of fit. It is generic. Eventually, as the court case goes on, Nick confesses his feelings for Susan because an ex is brought up, Ariana, and it turns out that she left Nick 2 years ago, and he's been basically looking for love ever since, kind of punishing himself like it was his fault, when it wasn't. It just turns out they weren't right for each other, and he calls out the lawsuit, and, him and Susan are going to be together and everything, and it's really, really good stuff. And then Heather Graham's character says, hey, look, I want you guys to be the face of my company. I'll pay your legal fees, and I'll donate $250,000 to the hospital. How about $500,000, they say? Okay, sure, and we'll be the faces of the company. And there you go, that's it right there. It is not a bad movie by any stretch of the imagination. It is not the greatest movie, but I enjoyed it. I'm going to give it a B. So yeah, an A and a B grade for, pseudo-romance, coming-of-age comedy flicks. There we go. Anyway, agree, disagree what I said, like, share, subscribe. Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.